Pisces. Hello. How are you doing? This is going to be your new love reading for January 2025. This is for singles, those who are not in long-term connections. Maybe you just started something with somebody. If you're looking for answers in tarot for a long-term connection, that's your answer. So, hopefully you can hear me with the heater going. It's facing the other direction. So let's see what's going on with Pisces. 4 of Cups, the Devil, 7 of Cups. Ooh, you're getting a lot of offers, Pisces. Could be dealing with a Capricorn, but we've got the 4 of Cups here, which tells me, and the 7 of Cups, just be careful. Be careful with your ego and what you let into your space. Just because they're offering a cup doesn't mean that you want what's in that cup, right? So make sure that you know what you want. You're being very direct with the universe. And you hold your ground. And you sit in that meditative, peaceful Zen space. Whether you're moving around or not, it's that peace is a state of being. Yeah, 10 of Cups. Keep your eye on the prize. Eye of the Tiger. Eye of the Tiger. I forgot to write that down. Yeah, whatever. Excuse me for that. Little sidetrack. But with the Devil, we have the 7 of Pentacles. So we have the 7 of Cups, 8 of Cups, 7 of Pentacles, Devil. So there's 7, 7, 7, 7. Monica from Friends. There is a yeah, like if you're poking the tree, you have a lot of options. If you're poking the tree, all those fruits are gonna, if you shake the tree, all those fruits are gonna fall on your head, and you're not gonna be able to eat all those fruit anyway, right? All right, Pisces, you're not gonna be able to eat all those fruits, so you just want the one fruit, right? You don't want, because if you can't get to them in time, they're gonna start rotting, right? So it's a thing. It's a challenge to not become overindulgent, to not become greedy or gluttonous, or it's a challenge because it's exciting when you finally, I think you've been in this 4 of Cups for a long time, wanting the 10 of Cups, and suddenly you get all of these offers, you get all this opportunity, right? But not every opportunity is for you. So there's a need to sit in that contemplative, intuitive truth with yourself, right? And really just, which is that hangman energy, right? Look at all your options, evaluate them, take your time. There's no rush. Maybe you feel like you've been waiting a long time, and so you're excited and you want to rush and you want to get, you want to like have it. You want it right now. You want it all, but it's like not biting off more than you can chew. Yeah, not getting hedonistic, not getting overindulgent with the Devil. Okay, not getting overindulgent. Okay, just because 7 people want to sleep with you doesn't mean you need to sleep with 7 people, right? Just because you get multiple job opportunities you literally can't work all those 7 jobs, right? And it could be 7, you could be a life path 7. We have the 8 of Cups, which is like leaving all that behind and walking towards this 10 of Cups. This is all you want. Like, so if you sit in your truth, you'll remember that that's what you asked for, and not get in your ego, which is the Devil, and not be just like, oh, I'm so excited, like I'm getting all this attention. Don't fuck with me. The Tower. Yeah, it's a challenge. It's a unexpected challenge. Maybe you're not used to getting as much attention. Pisces usually get attention just because they're so cool and romantic and interesting and elusive, and ooh, people love fish, you know? The Tower with the Page of Cups and the Three of Swords. Okay, so yeah, maybe you're just not used to getting so many offers. Because this Page of Cups is like someone who, they liked the fish, but then I was getting like sushi. Like this person, yeah, they liked it, but there's something about eating. Like eating the fruit. Like this person just wanted to take. And they were immature. They were emotionally immature. They were a Page of Cups. They weren't a King of Cups, weren't a Queen of Cups. They were a Page of Cups. And so you just dealt with like, oh, that's like the best I can get. That's what you're used to. And so you finally get all these people and all these opportunities. But a lot of the time on the divine path, opportunities are a choice between you and the thing. And we think, oh my gosh, like I have to choose left or right. Like sometimes you just need to choose yourself. And not like at the fork in the road, if you don't know whether to go left or right, in some, maybe you need to go right, but there are sometimes, right, your major arcana is the I was gonna say High Priestess, but it's the Hanged Man. It's both, but it's the Hanged Man, which means if you don't know what choice to make, then don't make a choice, right? Because by not making a choice in left or right, you're choosing yourself. You are where you are. Home is where the heart is. You're right where you are. So you don't need left or right now. Yeah, with this Four of Cups, it's like, no, you have everything that you need. You don't need this opportunity. Like, it's not every opportunity needs to be seized. There's no such thing as a missed opportunity. When you were talking about the divine timing, when something comes in, if you take advantage of it, if you go down that road, then it was meant to happen. And whatever you learn on that road is for you. It's part of your divine path, whether it be something that works out or doesn't work out. So if you didn't take advantage of something, and I don't know, you guys often compare yourselves to others, so it can be like you were seeing somebody else with the person that you didn't take initiative with, or you're seeing somebody else work the position that you didn't apply for or go to the interview for, or maybe you chose a different route. That wasn't the route you're supposed to take, right? The right route is the one you take. And it is what it is. Whatever you learn on there, whatever you don't learn on there, whatever you gain or don't gain or lose or whatever happens on that path happens. So I'm getting a little bit of a looking to the past, possibly. That is the Tower is like, you know, if you're in this Four of Cups, you might be looking to the past of like, I was getting all these offers, and now like I'm not getting shit. Like I'm not getting anything, and then there's a loneliness there. But remember, you're holding your ground, because when you choose yourself, when you fill up your own cup, when you have gratitude for everything that is, everything that you are, when you repeat affirmations, I am statements, and you hold the frequency of agape love, then you receive agape love. If you look to the past, you'll continue to get Pages of Cups, and there's the Three of Swords here. Right? So you already know what's back down that road. You already know what's down there. So what are you tripping about? What you tripping about? What you talking about, Willis? But the Eight of Cups tells me, like, you moved on from that for a reason. So remember your reason. The reason is the Ten of Cups. That's what you want. So if somebody else looks like if an ex looks like they're happy with somebody else, like, cool. Maybe they are happy. Maybe they aren't happy. Doesn't matter. They weren't for you. Because if they were for you, you would have chosen them. You would have been divinely guided to be with them. Right? So the only struggle here is with your ego and what shoulda, coulda, woulda been. And like, well, now I want that fruit. Now I'm hungry. Like, it's like the kid trying to get on top of the fridge for the cookie jar. Shoulda, coulda, woulda. You guys are notorious for this. Yeah, Seven of Swords. This is like self-sabotage. There's an attachment to the past, things you should have said, you didn't say, you shouldn't have said, whatever. Like, again, shoulda, coulda, woulda. It's you, like, torturing yourself for others, for the pleasure of others. I'm getting something with OnlyFans. Like, maybe like them eating the fruit getting rotten, and this person like being like a contortionist, a show person, they're swallowing swords. It's like and the Seven of Cups, like casual connections, the Devil, attachments. Three of Swords, immature. Like, I feel like you just, maybe you had a lot of eyes on you because you were like putting on a show for others. Could have been OnlyFans. Like, you could have been self-deprecating humor. You know, you could have been like a stand-up comedian. Like, you could have always been like the center of attention, but you were the center of attention because people were watching you harm yourself. Like, maybe you were the life of the party, but it was because you were drunk. It was, you were blasted, you were high, you were fucked up. You weren't yourself. You weren't in your authentic energy. The Queen of Wands is somebody who is powerful from within. They don't draw their power from others, right? They don't put their value in, yeah, and as I say, the value, King of Pentacles comes out. So you could be dealing with a fire sign, you could be dealing with an earth sign. You could have a fire and or earth placement, but these are your true support group, your true fan base is within. It's your ancestors, it's your chart, it's all of your placements. It's, whoa, oh, there's a vulture on this light pole out here. I have this devil. There's something like, there's something lurking on your light. I think vultures are cool, but no shade to vultures, but it's kind of like sitting there ominously, like waiting for death so that it can feed, right? And then it's like the cycle of life and like letting things come to pass so that you can be reborn and fly and soar and see from an aerial view, like get a different vantage point of the whole process of, like, because the devil is attachments. It's like being attached to the idea of things. Jesus, and you guys are very idealistic. Let me, excuse me. Also with your light being the truth. And I'm getting to something with like the throat chakra, like you're not speaking your truth. You weren't being honest, right? When you were, you know, being the joker, being the jester, it's like you were self-deprecating. Wow. I mean, to pause this and like figure out what's going on, but I'm going to just continue through if you'll bear with me, because I feel like there's something attacking your throat chakra. There's something trying to like shade your light. Something that's like lurking on your light. And the Queen of Wands is somebody who burns very bright. Yeah, this could be people, they're trying to like build a pyre to burn you on. With the devil here, could be family. People that want to see you fail, people that don't want you to be any more than the jokester, the jester. Like, they don't want you to be the king. You're the jester. Know your place. Like, people trying to put you in your place. People trying to shut you up, snuff you out, you know, dampen your truth. Throw shade on your light. And you're the King of Pentacles. So it could be your earth placement. You could be attracting this with the Ace of Pentacles. Like, you want something solid. You want something balanced. You want something stable. King of Pentacles is also about traditions. Earth is nurturing. And also, if you were like performing for others or doing tasks for others, like for the joy of others, the pleasure of others, maybe you were working for others. This is like you working for yourself. This is you giving yourself stability, knowing your worth, and maybe doing something online to earn your source of income. And yeah, maybe the people that you were working for or working with don't want to see you rise up like this queen, like a phoenix from the ashes, right? They don't want to see this rebirth in you. Ace of Pentacles. But you're a fucking dragon. Maybe you're the year of the dragon. Maybe this is something, last year was the year of the dragon, so maybe something with the dragon placement or the dragon as like a medieval entity. Like they will burn down everything. The Queen of Wands can be vindictive, so watch that. Make sure that you're not being vindictive, like you're the best revenge is abundance, right? So it's like your revenge is like look at me now. I'm getting paper. We're the Three of Cups over here. So yeah, I feel like there was drinking, partying, maybe the circle that you hung out with, the friends you hung out with. I mean, with the, like, this person's not taking the cup. Like, no, I don't want that. So maybe, yeah, maybe you got sober. Because you're like, I don't want to be in these, like, superficial connections. Like, this doesn't, I'm always left feeling alone the next day. Like, I just feel awful afterward. It doesn't fulfill me. It doesn't nourish me. So I'm leaving all that behind. I'm leaving the cups behind because I really want cups like love and abundance and overflowing emotional wealth. Good for you, Pisces. Yeah, Five of Cups. This is, could be a maternal figure, but this is somebody telling you, like, this is a feminine, in feminine energy of the cups, telling you you shouldn't be feminine. So shame on this bitch. But yeah, they try to make you feel less than. You know, it's like a baby when you try to feed a baby and they don't want it, and they're like, and like this, like all these cups are like knocked over, and they're not listening. I feel like you're rebelling against tradition to create your own tradition. You're breaking the cycle. Yeah, fuck yeah. Nine of Pentacles. So yeah, you've got this Ten of Cups is what you've got your eye on. I'm not seeing, I mean, the Ace of Pentacles could be this King of Pentacles if you're dealing with an earth sign, could be this masculine offering you stability because you're holding down this Queen of Wands space, and this Nine of Pentacles, which is like very, it's a little empress, right? It's like the little empress. Could be an age difference, but I feel like you are, the feminine here is really just nurturing their cycle of the Nine of Pentacles. So again, you could have an earth placement and you're really nurturing that. And this is just a very grounded energy. And see, like almost like falconeering, maybe something with the falcon is Aries. You could have an Aries placement. That could be that Queen of Wands. Maybe you're getting into like your rising or your moon sign. Or maybe, you know, maybe you just have an Aries placement. Could be anywhere. But you're definitely in that, like, the Queen of Wands is like the Aries is the Emperor, right? And so this is like that very fiery boss-like feminine energy. But with that, I thought it was a large hawk at first because the way that the light was kind of on it, it's really like misty, dreary light. But for some reason it made it look more orangey. There's maybe like a yellow tinge, probably pollution in the air. It made the vulture look like it was maybe a large hawk. And there is typically a large hawk, which the hawk / falcon is the Native American zodiac for Aries. And so it's like almost like this falconeering. There's something with birds as well. Birds are going to be signs and synchronicities to you. Also like the phoenix from the ashes. There's a lot of this like coming into your air. You could be dealing with an air sign, but it's like you're finally able to breathe. And like with the swords, it's communication, it's the throat chakra, it's the magician, it's Virgo, it's Gemini, the lovers, the hermit, and then Taurus, which is the Hierophant. So it's all about tapping into your spirituality, learning about yourself, empowering yourself to become the grand alchemist of your reality. And both the Emperor and the Empress are in the grand alchemist frequency. They are the creators of their reality. They're not kings or queens. They weren't born into their element. They created their motherfucking element. They built an empire. So you're getting into this pre-emperor, pre-empress energy. We've got the King of Swords here. Yeah, there could be an air sign. Somebody who's very communicative. You know, somebody that you're going to be able to talk with. I think they're going to ask tough questions. So you better be ready to answer. Which means that you've been in that hermit mode of Virgo energy to ask why and to do that introspective inspection, inventory, I work, like internal intimacy. Queen of Wands again. Yeah, I like that power. Ace of Swords. And you've got, see, this is like blocked communication, lack of communication, guarded, lies, deception, somebody speaking half-truths. Right, like comedy, when you do self-deprecating humor, you're actually saying, like, I am insecure about this thing, but ha ha ha. You're not doing that anymore. This is saying, like, I'm secure in myself. This is my truth. Hate it or love it. Like it or leave it. Yeah, 5 of Swords. And 3 of Pentacles. And the 4 of Wands. That's that divine union. But I feel like right now you're just this year, 2333 on the clock, you're very much in the energy of this is me. Hate it or love it, the underdog's on top, right? The Native American zodiac for Pisces is the wolf. So it is like you're the lone wolf. You are sort of just, I got this lone vulture just sort of like circling around. You know, and you're mutable. So you have water and swords, water and air, right? As like your triangle, your Pisces, water up here, and then your other cornerstones are air and water, which is the mutable elements of masculine and feminine, right? Water being feminine, air being masculine, but they're the more ambiguous, androgynous, right? And so it's like, it's discernment. It's all about discerning what's for you, what's not for you. And the only way that you know what is for you and not for you is if you know who you are. If you've done that Virgo work, if you've gone into your truth space, your throat chakra, and you've spoken I am statements, truth, and you've started to live in that truth. Because if you keep telling half-truths, they never add up to a truth. right? It's not literally like if you tell two half-truths, then it becomes a truth, right? It's like they're such fragmented false fractions of the truth that they never actually add up to a whole truth. And nothing but the truth, so help me God. Yeah, I feel like this is all about you, Pisces. Like if you came here looking for new love, sure, but I think that you are falling in love with yourself first. You're really working to get away from that situation, those situations, out of those connections, and pursuing what really means something to you, what speaks to you. So you have to speak to yourself so that you know what that sounds like, right? You have to get yourself on that vibration, on that frequency, on that sound wave. You have to like put it into the air, put it out into the air around you, because there's something with your breath, breathing, like if the air around you is polluted, I was getting pollution, if the air around you is pollution and polluted and you inhale that, well, what do you expect your internal air and your cells in your body to do with that? They're going to also get polluted. Like, you can only filter the bullshit so much until you have to say, I got to get out of the bullshit. I got to get into clearer air. I got to get above the clouds. I have to get into a place where I can't see clearly in here. It's too polluted. It's too foggy. There's too many clouds. It's too gray. I need to get a hawk's eye perspective. I need to get into that Queen of Wands, that Aries, that, solitary, self-empowered place of just being the fuck alone. And like clearing the clutter, clearing the chaos, and just getting a clear eye, all right, which is your energy with the High Priestess. That's getting your third eye cleared, right? So the air that you breathe is finally clear, and then it's like, oh, then all your filtering is just like neutral air. It's pure air. So you're not taking on other people's bullshit. You're not inheriting other people's truths, which you then inevitably are going to exhale, right? Whenever you exhale them out. So it's like you're feeding into the pollution. You're adding to the pollution by staying in the pollution, by staying in the toxic environment, right? Now that feels like it's family, right? Maybe you're the jokester in the family and everyone's like, haha, they're just funny. But they're not actually, like, they don't speak truth. There's no depth to them. There's nothing of value coming from them. Just the only value you have is to dance, monkey, dance. And to play a certain, whatever role is appointed to you by the external. But this is you realizing you're the fucking magician and you have the power to play the role, the main character role, the central role in your own story, in your own stage. You can set the stage. You can control the lights. You can be the director of your own play, the writer, the director, and the lead actor or actress, right? You're the creator of your reality. And I think that you have been allowing others for far too long to inundate you with their bullshit and to direct you and tell you where to stand and what to do and how to say it and how many times to say it. It's like you've been repeating yourself, but nobody's listening. Your throat chakra is like, nobody's listening because they're not tapped into their intuition. They're not tapped into their truth. So whether they're being manipulative or trying to gaslight you intentionally, they're doing it because they don't know their own truth. And so when you're around people who don't know who they are, they're going to tell you you're not who you are because they don't know who they are. That's just like, it's subconscious. It could be, it's not, I don't think it's innocent because I think, all ignorance at a certain point is intentional ignorance, right? So you're not just like, oh, like if you're just like, oh, I don't know what I'm doing. Maybe you're around people who are like, oh, I have ADHD. Oh, I'm just this, that's just how I am. I'm just distracted. I'm busy. I'm this and that. And I'm just kidding. Or they're passive aggressive. Like people who are speaking half truths around you, I think that it's just a bunch of bullshit for like, I don't know who I am, so I don't want you to know who you are. And you want to know who you are, Pisces, so you're doing that work. And this year feels very powerful for that. And that's going to attract the right person to you, because I think with that Seven of Cups, you've just been attracting people who didn't know who they were. You know, cups that are like Jack in the Box, and you don't know what the fuck's gonna pop out of them. They're unpredictable. You have to walk on eggshells. You can't be yourself around them because they don't know who they are. And so you need to be where, and that means alone. You need to be single and alone and completely just in your own pure space, and purify that space. Declutter it. Declutter all the five senses. Right? The High Priestess and the High Priest work together. The Hierophant is Taurus. They're the most central of the zodiac, and they are tapped into the five senses to access the sixth sense, which is the High Priest, right? High Priestess. And so it's like the High Priest does the physical work. They tap into the five senses and they say, okay, what's irritating and what's comforting? My sight, my vision, like visual clutter around the house, the way that I look, the things around me, like the things I'm seeing, that's like online, social media, everything you're reading, like if you're watching the news and then you're wondering why you're anxious, you know, it's clearing all that shit out of the way. You know, stop being around people who are saying things that irritate you. Like if you're listening to music, you're listening to podcasts, you're listening to toxic words, that's going to mess with your swords. And guess what? You're going to keep inhaling that. You're going to keep shoving that sword down your throat for the sake of being comfortable or being liked or whatever. You don't need to be liked. You don't need 7 cups, right? You just need 1. And then that 1 also attracts the 10, because 10 is also 1, right? The dogs are in here and they're just like making noises. So Pisces, whew, this feels very powerful. This feels like I'm fucking done with this, and it feels very good for you, because you guys are often influenced by those around you, like a fish. You're either put into a bowl so people can look at you and go, hey, you're so pretty. I like you. Swim around, dance, monkey, dance, you know. Swim, fishy, swim. Or, you know, you're like a prize to be won at a fair in a fucking bag with limited air. That wasn't meant to rhyme, but it did. So yeah, maybe you write poetry or something. But you know, or they're fishing you, you know, seducing you with false pretenses, with these glittery illusions, and then you're like, fuck, now I'm dinner, you know. You know, like fish are just very abused. I mean, and as my vegan stance on this, you know, they are the most abused of the animals, the most consumed and heavily influences marine wildlife. Trillions every year, trillions. So it's like, I don't know, maybe you're looking into veganism. I mean, it's in my name, so. But yeah, I feel like I'm just like, I want to fight with you, for you, Pisces, because I just feel like you've been taking on a bunch of bullshit for a long time, and like now you're fed up for it, and I support that. I support this message. And you haven't felt supported. You've been used and abused and tortured and poked at and prodded and you know, monopolized and put onto a pedestal, but not in a way that is like revered or like in a false idol way, like the fish in the bag, like you're a prize to be won. People have put you up on this pedestal and had expectations of you that serve them and not serve you. They're not here to serve you. They're not here to worship you or reciprocate, right? They're just like, oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. They're like groupies, you know, but they're not wifeys or hubbies. I hate that term, hubby. It just sounds stupid. That triggered somebody out there who uses that term, but you know, that's my truth. So that's the thing. You got to just speak your truth, Pisces, and let the chips fall where they may. Put all your cards on the table, and you know, and you don't have to. That's the thing about oversharing or like feeling like you're like speaking in circles to people. I was gonna say speaking in tongues. So like if you are getting out of some sort of religious, like almost like cultish environment, right? Then it's like they're not listening. They don't speak your language. You're speaking your own love languages, and not everybody's gonna speak that, and that's okay. And that discernment of your triangle is so that you know when to speak your truth, when not to speak your truth, right? Because some people you can't speak it to. You just have to live in it. You just have to be your truth. Be your truth. Be your truth. And then everything else just works itself out. The chips will fall where they may. People who don't align with that, people who are triggered by that, because, you know, it's like people who are insecure about themselves are the only ones who are triggered by other people's belief systems. If you believe in Jesus Christ, our Lord and Savior, then being around those who practice witchcraft, those who are Buddhists, those who are Hindu, it wouldn't matter. Muslims, it wouldn't matter what their belief system is if you were secure in your own. The reason that people stay in their bubble of like false security is because they're like so bothered and snowflakey offended by everything that somebody else says. Nobody's allowed to have a fucking opinion or speak truth anymore because everyone's so, nobody knows who they are, so they're just like very easily offended. Anyway, there, I feel very irritated for you in this energy. And so maybe you're going through that, but that's good, right? Feeling angry is okay. Anger tells you that something needs to change. And you're changing. You're changing. I watched you change. Deftones? Yeah. It's like you never had. You're about to be the flying fish. Knock that shit off. Alright, so hopefully there was something in here for you, Pisces. It feels very powerful and good. If you're looking for next in love and you feel like you're already in this place, then thank you for holding space for those who are like getting into that self-realization. That's what we want. We hold space for the rest of the collective to rise up, to raise the frequency, right, of each collective zodiac sign, of the masculine and the feminine, so we can get to this divine collective frequency, which is like very co-creative power, right? That's where we are working towards, right? So thank you for listening, thank you for supporting, and if you would like to further support this space, everything you need to know is in the description box below. Until next time, Pisces, I wish you well.